Le Kenya est un grand pays de sport.
Is a great sports country. It's true, it's true. It's Shogainsawe. It's the country in which people run the marathon in less than 2 hours. That's quite a good reference. And at the end of marathons and other races and football and rugby at 7, you are great as well. And the African continent is a great sports continent. It was recalled, but we need to remember that in 2026 there will be the Youth Olympics in Senegal. In 2028 the AFCON in the region Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and in 2030 the World Cup in the Mediterranean area with Morocco. There's not one continent that is so much exposed to major sports events as the African continent, at least in the years to come, and that has so many athletes. And as Patricia said earlier, very often we talk about the great European champions, but their roots, their origins are shared with the African continent very often. And in France, when we talk about our footballers, it's very fortunate to have them. And sometimes we have exported our coaches to the African continent, and Claude is here, he knows that, and the president honored him earlier on. So my message is that it's very important what we are doing here. It's a question of education first. Everywhere we help developing sports apart from major events and competitions, and that's why the Youth Olympics in Senegal are so important. We give young people the ability to become emancipated and to be empowered. It's a strategy that we decided to implement in France, but we want the same for the African continent, because we teach young people rules, sports discipline. We teach them to be in a team. We give them trust, confidence, self-confidence. We help them explore their talents. A young person who is great at running is not necessarily very good at academically, but it helps them understand they have abilities and maybe go to universities, and maybe it helps young people who have dropped out to have a better future. Tomorrow we'll have a session on health. It's the best prevention policy. Sports, I mean. And one of the plagues in the richest countries and in several African countries, because of food and nutrition modes, one of the major plagues for young adults is obesity.
Le sport.
Best prevention is not provided by the pharmaceutical industry, but by sports and youth. This represents a real investment policy, and the consequences for our countries and societies are huge. The second thing is to have a policy to develop infrastructure, which was pointed out very rightly. If we want to develop sports, we need infrastructure. That's part of the development policy. Yesterday, we were with the president. We were talking about energy and transport. Today about AI. It's the same with sports. You can't succeed in sports if you don't have infrastructure. You know, fields for basketball, tracks, football fields, rugby fields, etc., etc. So it's a great investment driver for the African continent and for its partners, because these investments are necessary with the main federations.